Hi everyone, this is Tanya Sweep, your favorite Pampered Chef consultant. Welcome to my chaotic kitchen. You can probably hear my dishwasher in the background. But you know what, I thought I would quickly do up a little video here and show you all a recipe, a one-pot meal that my family absolutely loves. So I'm going to be making my lentil chili. Now this is my own recipe. I love it so much. My family adores it. My family's really fussy when it comes to beans and things like that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing a lot of the beans in the chili with lentils. So I just found it was a great way to get all that nice protein in there. And yeah, it's super delicious. So, and my kids can't pick them up. So it's a bonus for me. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just browning some hamburger. I've actually pre-cooked this hamburger. That was one of my little shortcuts, is pre-cooking your hamburger with a little bit of onion, chopped up onion, and garlic. So I've got this just warmed up. I actually took this out frozen. So when I do that, it's nice to use my little mix and chop. I love my mix and chop. I think every kitchen needs to have one of these. And yeah, it's amazing. So, and it is Pampered Chef's #1 top seller. So, so basically I've got my hamburger all crumbled up. I'll show you quickly here what it looks like. You can see there, all crumbled up. And so I've got that ready to go. Now this chili is super, super simple, okay? It's a lot about the spices, and it's a lot of just cans of stuff that you normally would have in your pantry. So, first of all, I add crushed tomatoes, a whole big can of crushed tomatoes. Then I like to add some diced tomatoes. Okay, a nice big can. And usually I buy the ones with no salt added. And the reason I do that is I like to control the salt that I put into my stuff. So, into my food. And I've got a leftover can. So of course, if you got some like leftovers and stuff like that, you can actually add that into this chili as well. And I'm talking like, you know, canned items like the diced tomatoes and all that. So just gonna add that all in. Now I'm gonna give that a stir. So I've got that with the beef. All that, this is so yummy. Now, the pot that I'm using here is called the Rock Dutch Oven. The Dutch Oven one is probably my favorite size. And the reason I love it so much is because it's just like a perfect size for me and my family of 4. So I love to use it, and I use it for everything, like roasting chicken, doing up a roast, you name it, I use it for that. So it is absolutely fantastic. And the cool thing is we can convert it actually into a slow cooker, which is what I'm going to do today. So that's why I'm making my dinner so early, so I can just stick it on the crock pot stand, or I stick it on the Rock slow cooker stand, and I can just leave it and forget about it and just, you know, come to this meal at 5 o'clock tonight and have it just perfect for us. So I've got that all mixed up. Now the cool thing about the Rock is the fact that you can actually put it on direct heat. So it can go on your stovetop. So you can start browning your meat and everything else right here on the stovetop. So you can see here, here's the pot. It comes with a nice clear lid, okay? And so you can kind of see what you're cooking. And I love it. It's probably the most versatile piece of cookware you can have in your kitchen. So what it is it's actually stoneware on the inside, and then it's got a ceramic glaze both outside and around it, and that ceramic glaze allows it to take on a very high heat. So it is heat safe up to 752 degrees. Like, that's crazy. So you can start out on your stovetop, you can finish off in the oven. It's fridge safe, freezer safe, microwave safe. You can literally take this hot off off the stove, off the element, and you can stick it in the freezer and it's not going to crack. So that is amazing. And you can, what else? You can like deep fry with it. You can stick it under the broiler, you name it. It's also barbecue safe. And I've even had people purchasing them to use as well on like an open flame when they're camping. Like, how amazing is that? Because it's so heat safe. It's really, really awesome. So yeah, it's like the Incredipot. I think that's pretty much what I have dubbed it as. So it is amazing. So anyway, we've got all of our tomatoes and everything else that we need in here. Now I'm gonna add a can of beans. So I just buy like the beans and tomato sauce. I don't like that like little fatty pork piece. I don't know what that is. It's a bit that they put in there. So I do put a little bit of beans in here. My family is really fussy with beans. So I can get away with 1 can of beans. And then I'm gonna put in a can of lentils. Now, if you've got like dehydrated lentils, especially if you're slow cooking it, you certainly can use those as well. But I've actually used my smooth edge can opener to open this up. Now, can openers are one of those things that people take for granted, okay? You always think, well, oh, I just need a quick can opener. I'll just go to the dollar store and buy one. You know what? Don't. Invest in a really good can opener. I've had this one, gosh, it's got to be about 8-9 years. It's something that I've had for a long time, and it's still going strong. It is amazing. So, and the cool thing is, it doesn't have like the 2 handles that you squeeze. So you just lay the top of the can between these 2 circles, and then you start turning. And it's left, right-handed. It's awesome. And then once you have opened up the can, it's gonna look like it's not open. But all you do is you see these little guys there? All you do is you use that and you lift up. And what it has done is cut through the glue of the can. And then you can run your hand over here and you're not gonna cut yourself. So a lot of smooth edge can openers don't have that. So, oh, I need to drain this. Whoop. Making a little bit of a mess here. So I need to drain this up. And of course, my strainer is not where I wanted it to be. Do you ever have that? I think we were talking about, you know, what are some of the challenges we have in the kitchen? And one of them is organization. And I always find when it's not me putting away the dishes, I tend to have things go the wrong place. So I'm gonna use one of my stainless colanders. And I just wanna take the juice out of here. Now, if you wanna make something thicker, you certainly can keep the juices of like beans, things like that. And it's kind of like a natural way to thicken something up, just because of the starch in the beans and all that. But you do not have to do that. Now, this chili right now is super thick, okay? So I want to thin it out a little bit because it's gonna cook down throughout the day, and I don't want it to get like burnt to the bottom and stuff like that. So I'm just stirring this up here, getting it all incorporated. So what I like to do, rather than adding water, because water doesn't have any flavor, right? I add a little bit of beef broth. Now, if I was doing like a chicken stew or chicken chili, I would probably use some chicken broth, but I like to use just some regular beef broth, okay? I just find it's a little richer in flavor and all that, and just give it, I probably put about a cup and a half in there. Good, and that's thinned it out enough that as it cooks down, you're just gonna get all that nice beef flavor in there. So, this is awesome. This looks great. Okay, well now we gotta add our flavoring, because, I mean, even though this looks fabulous, okay, and I'll show you what it looks like. Even though this looks fabulous, right? I still need to add some spice to this, because what is chili without spice? So, I love to use my Pampered Chef spices. I am a huge fan of our spices. I think our spices are amazing. They're super concentrated. They're so delicious. So one of my favorite Mexican spices is the Southwestern seasoning. Okay. So I usually take I'll probably do a full tablespoon of this. This is kind of like what I use when I do tacos and stuff like that. I just find that it's a really good all-around spice. It's not too spicy for my family, which is really nice as well. And then I like to add a little bit of chipotle because I do want a little bit of heat, okay? So I like to add a little bit of chipotle, and I love it because it's kind of got a smokiness about it, which is really cool. Now I'm actually going to use a 1/2 teaspoon. I try not to add too much just because my kids, they're not going to eat it if it's too spicy. Then I like to do a 1/2 teaspoon of each of these rubs. So I've got the 3 onion, the garlic, which is like my go-to spice. I love it so much because like everything's better with garlic. And then smoky barbecue actually. And again, I love the barbecue because it gives like a smokiness to the chili, which is really awesome. So we'll just add in our 3 onion. And even though I've got onion in the hamburger, I like to have that little bit of onion spice. It's always good. Okay, my barbecue. And garlic, actually, I'm gonna put 2 of these in just because I love garlic so much. Okay, so a full teaspoon went into that. Okay, so then I'm gonna mix it up. Now, I keep mixing with my Mix and Chop, but I actually really love this new spoon. This is one of our new teak tools. This is the teak spoon, and I love it. Like, it's my chili spoon. That's what I've been calling it. It's kind of awesome. When you have a nice full pot of chili or like soup or something like that, this is a great spoon because it's got this really long handle, which is amazing. And you know what? It's not a super skinny handle too, so it actually feels like you've got, you're holding on to something, which is really cool. All right. This looks and smells delicious. Now, sometimes when I'm making this chili, if I've got like leftover peppers or I've even thrown corn in here before, different things. It's kind of like one of those things that's always a little bit different. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to post the recipe for all of you in the comments after I post this video. So you will be able to make this at home for your family. And it's just super hearty, super delicious. And then what we like to do is we like to serve it up. I usually dice some avocado on the side. I have some cheese, some sour cream. And then I also like to buy, and if you're from Manitoba, you know what these are, La Cucina chips. So they're so good. So just some taco chips on the side are really delicious. If you're feeling like really creative, you could like dice up some corn tortillas and deep fry those, and then just have like little ribbons of tortilla chips on top. That's always really delicious as well. But you know what? Whatever you have time for, right? Because we're busy people. All right, so this is all stirred up and incorporated. I'm actually gonna give it a little taste. I like to give it a taste. And I mean, it's gonna get richer in flavor, of course, as it cooks, but I like to give it a little taste. Just make sure that it tastes delicious. Ooh, I can taste the smokiness already. It's really good. Okay, so this is gonna go onto the slow cooker stand. So, I'm gonna pop that. Ooh, it's a little hot. And I'm gonna pop that onto my slow cooker stand. And then I just turn it on to low. So, yeah, that is my chili. So it is an amazing recipe. Like I said, I'm gonna share it with all of you. But you know what? One pot meals are so amazing. When you can take one pot, you can put it all into a beautiful slow cooker like this. So versatile, so easy to use. And of course, Pampered Chef has all these products, you know, for you. And if you're wanting to add them to your kitchen, you can either message me or say, for example, if you wanted to host a party, and why not get this beautiful Rock Crock Dutch oven and slow cooker stand, get it as a set at 60% off. So it is an awesome opportunity for you to get some of these really awesome you know, products at an incredible deep discount, okay? So thank you so much for joining me for this video, and enjoy, and happy cooking, everyone.